Today we're going to show you how to do a simple plaited wirework bracelet. So we're taking 3 lengths of wire, approximately 40 centimetres long, and this is your 0.8 wire that comes in the kit. And we're just going to straighten them out, rubbing them between your fingers all the way along. And then we're going to take a approximately 20 centimetre length of the 4mm wire from the kit, and approximately 15 centimetres down we're going to wrap the 3 wires together by wrapping the 4mm wire around the 3. We need to keep these 3 wires nice and flat as we do this, so don't let them tumble on top of one another. So you bring your flat nose pliers in, and each wrap we do you can gently press down, make sure those wires are all flat. Continue to wrap around, bring the pliers and press. And keep going until you have 4 or 5 wraps around the 3 wires. Then you're going to snip off the excess wire, and we're going to snip off these wires on the same side. And these will be on the outside of the bracelet, so you won't feel them scratching on your wrist. And we'll just press them down to make sure and give them a little squish to neaten them up. And then we're going to start a simple plait with the wires. So we've got a centre wire, we're going to bring the left over the centre wire and pull, and then the right wire, which is now the centre wire, and then you just plait down to the required length that you need for your wrist, which is approximately 15 centimetres. Hold the middle in place as we go down. Press them down nice and tightly together. And when you've completed your 15 centimetre length, you'll have a section of plait. And then we can bring it off your clipboard or macrame board, and we're just going to bind the wires at the other end. So we just need to position our wires together and bring them together, keeping them nice and flat. And then with your section of 4mm wire, you're going to wrap around as we did to start with, pressing down as we go to keep those wires nice and level with each other. Four or 5 times, keeping them all secure together. And then making sure that we trim them on the same side as we did to start with. Just snip off the ends and just press down again to finish off. Now what we need to do is create basic loop and hook. So these 2 wires are going to be wrapped around the middle wire just once, and trim off the excess and squish in any ends so you don't have anything scratching against the skin. And same with the other one. trim off the end and squish down any little ends that might be sticking up. And now we're going to create this hook shape, taking a pair of bail nose pliers and just wrapping the section around your required size of hook that you require, bringing it across, snip off the excess, leaving enough just to make a little curl on the hook. Taking your round nose pliers, the very end, make a little loop. And there you have your hook on one end. And then the opposite end, we're going to make a loop for the hook to slip into. So just wrap these wires around, trim off the excess. Just squish down any little ends that might scratch against the skin. Straighten the middle piece we have left. Taking the bail nose pliers again, bend to a right angle, select the diameter of the plier that you need to make your loop, position in, bring all the way around, creating the loop. Then hold on to the loop with your flat nose pliers and wrap around to secure the end. Again, trim away the excess and flatten any bits. And then all we need to do now is shape our bracelet. You can use a bracelet mandrel or any round object that you might find around the home. You were just doing it freestyle. You could use your wrist. Just to finish off. It's about done. Just hook the clasp into the loop. Take more time to get your bracelet into a nice shape. And there you have your basic plaited bangle completed. Now for a little more advanced project, you can make this bracelet which has a double strand plait using 6 lengths of wire. And set them up on the board as previously, wrap them around 5 or 6 times as we did in the basics bracelet, and plait them as we did previously. Hold them in place each time you bring a wire down, just so as they don't spring apart. It's a little more fiddly with more wire. And the wire that you get in the kit, you also get 1mm as well, so you can experiment with your different gauges of wire. That's it, once you get going, it gets a bit easier. So continue to plait down, keep your wires nice and straight against each other to make a nice neat effect until you've got a nice length of the plait. Okay, so just now what we're going to do is we're going to remove our ends. And what you need to do then is trim off any of the excess wires. There. You need the two in the centre to create your clasp, and these two we're going to create the little scrolls as seen there. So what you want to do is cut your first one about 2 centimetres and the second one about 3 centimetres, and the same on the other side. So you have that. You're going to take your round nose pliers, create your loops, you can hold that down with your flat nose pliers just to bring it down tighter. And the next one. Flat nose pliers, just twist that one down. And you can repeat that on the other side. So as you've got 4 little scroll loops as shown. For the middle one we just need 1 wire to create our loop and our hook. So we just take one of the wires, wrap it around the centre just once or twice, trim off the excess, just squish down any little sharp bits as we did previously, and then once again taking your bail nose pliers, create a hook on one side exactly the same way as we did in the basic style. Trim off, create your little loop on the end. And you have that. On the opposite end you'll create your loop, and that clips in there, and as previously, just shape your bangle around a bracelet mandrel or any glass round object, a jar or something that you might have at home. And there you have your basic and your more advanced wirework bangles.